Welcome to Fat Boys in the Outdoors, the only real life product review for older guys who want stuff that works when it's supposed to work. So today I want to share what I got for Father's Day, which is the all new Bubba electric Filet knife. This isn't the battery operated one. I didn't want that one. I actually was looking for the corded one, because the reality of it is how often are you going to be charging that system up and having it ready when you need to clean fish? For me, in my scenario, this is the best solution for me. I was looking for a system, number one, a 110 volt corded one, and this is what I got for Father's Day. I'm actually pretty excited about this. This is my first time opening it and using it. First thing I want to review is the case. This thing comes in a system, man. This case is pretty tough. It's got like a foamy, rubberized texture coating. It's got two big pull tabs for zippers. The zipper looks good. Has a nice nylon rubber coated handle on it. It just seems nice. I mean, you can throw this in your boat, up in your garage like I do, and it's going to be ready to go. So let's go ahead and get into the review on the Bubba system. First thing you see when you open it up, there was an instructional packet in this. You see 4 different blades. You get the motor out, the handheld device. It does feel a little bit big in your hand. However, it feels like it's solid and that this thing's built to last. It does have like a little safety switch built into it. That way you're not cutting your fingers off. And then ergonomically, I got a pair of rubber gloves on, a piece of rubber coating. It's textured, it looks good, it feels good. And it's got like little thumb hold well spots for your thumb if you got to push down real hard to get through some bones as you come through. Really like it. The cord seems to be about 6 foot long, somewhere in there. Actually, maybe about 7 or 8. Probably 7 foot, somewhere in there. Nice, rubber coated. It's got the Bubba mark on it. So, oh, I'm sorry, it's a 120 volt Filet knife. It just feels good. I'm excited about using it. But the most important part of any Filet knife is the knife itself. What I like about this is that it comes with 4 different blades. That way you're getting the right blade for the fish that you're using or trying to harvest. The first one that comes with is a Bubba 12-inch E-stiff. And you see it flexes, still flexes a little bit, but they come in 2 sections. Super simple, just lock them together. They got a little stainless steel nub, locks in, come to the back, and then they just saw back and forth. Pretty nice deal. And these things are razor sharp too, by the way. Bubba's done a good job. So that's the 12-inch E-stiff, and then they come back with a 9-inch stiff for a little bit smaller fish. Even though they say stiff, it seems like there's a little bit of flex in them. Not like the old Filet knives that you grew up with your dad. And then there's another 9-inch E-flex. Now this thing you can really get to bend and hopefully separate that skin from the flesh. So, nice knives. And then you get a 7-inch Filet or E-flex. Still 2-piece system. Feels pretty good. I actually like it. I think I'm going to go with the 7-inch today. I have 1 saw guy and a couple crappie to clean up from last night. But like I said, the handle, everything seems really well built. I mean, slide in your knives. It's got a little bungee strap that goes over, holds everything in. My big thing is when I'm ready to clean fish, I'm ready to clean fish. I don't like waiting around for stuff to charge up. I'm ready to do it and do it now. Time is of the essence, and time is money, especially when you're a fat boy. You might get hungry even quicker. So right now I'm just going to set this off to the side. See how this thing goes together. there's a little depress button up here. To keep everything nice and tight, you just lock in. Just plug it in. Like I said, you gotta depress this button or pull back to pull in, pull out. Make sure it's unplugged if you're going to pull these blades out. Then there's a safety switch located right here that you have to depress. Man, and that thing is smooth. I've held these where they're just seem like you're running a chainsaw and they're haggard and jagged like an old pair of hedge clippers. Very low noise. RPMs are good. Curious to see what it does through some fish now. So let's just start with some of our crappies that we got. Got one crappie last night, about 12.5 inches. See how this thing works. Biggest thing when I clean fish, I always try bleeding them out, and that's what I did last night. I'm gonna get right behind the pectoral fin here. Cuts nice. Get down to that backbone. I'm gonna turn it sideways. I'm just gonna go right down through them. I'm gonna leave a little spot on the tail. Once I got through, flip it to the side. Man, that is clean. That is clean. As I push through, look at this, guys. That is a nice fillet. Look at that. Now, granted, I know I have to come back, cut these rib cage out. That's my first fish with this. Pretty impressed. Talk about time saver. Let's see what pulling his britches are off on the other side. Get in there, turn that fish sideways. Find that backbone. And I like to stop right there at the edge. That way I just flip and I got something to hold on to. I think the only thing I could have done different is maybe brought this over to the edge of the table. Once again, good looking fillets. That's one fish. Let's go ahead and try to cut some of these ribs out. For me, I don't like fooling around with it too much. I know you can take a regular hand knife and just slide up in here, but there's not much meat there, so I just usually cut it off. I just want the big part. Try not to waste any. But right there's your fillet. There's one little bone. Rib cage are out. That's a beautiful fillet. We're gonna try one more fish. Let's try a saw guy next, just to see how it goes. Try to get underneath these here a little bit. There's the ribs. Two nice boneless fillets. The only other thing we could change out here is a little Y bone. We can cut that out here in a little bit. But look at that. Took that fish right on out of his britches. Paper thin. The fillets, I didn't know how that would do with actually taking the fillet off the skin. There's no meat left. I actually like it. Biggest thing when you're doing this stuff is number one, keep a clean table as best you can. A little egg sack. Let's try this saw guy. Where the heck is it? Nothing to write home about. I've had him on ice, so he's a little stiff all night. Just want to make sure he's good. Straighten him out here a little bit. Let's see how we do. So once again, get behind that dorsal fin and pectoral fin. I'm going to go right down to his spine, and then I'm going to turn. I'm just letting the knife do the work. And you can feel it hit, and once it hits, get this out of the way. You're just going to run it down the side. You got to let the knife do the work. And I stop right there at the edge of the tail. That way when I flip, all I have to do is get back on, and I'm holding the fish. My hands are away from the knife. This thing is awesome, guys. Holy cow, look at that thing. Look at that skin. You talk about a great knife. I really like it the more I'm using it. Let's try the other side. Talk about a time saver here, gentlemen. Down. Letting that knife do the work. Flip. Nice fillet. Nice fillet. Look at that. And that's a small saw, guy. You know, 15 inches is the slot limit here for us. But this was about 16 and a quarter, somewhere in there. But I just want to make sure I had some fish to show you guys how this thing works. Always have an extra fillet knife on hand just for the finesse work. But I mean, just like this, I can still feel there is some, you know, the rib cage in here. I want to see if I can just ease that out here a little bit. Just like that, guys. Super simple. Nice fillet. Very little wasted meat. Try this again on the other side. Want to make sure I get all them ribs out. And then for me, when I find the Y bone, I usually just take my regular knife and I slide down each side. The key is to keep this stuff sharp, guys. Just peel it out. There you go. Repeat the process. All right, guys. So welcome to Fat Boys in the Outdoors. Appreciate your time. Subscribe with your likes. And I'm going to wear out this Bubba blade, see if I can do it or not, and see how many fish I can get done. So thank you for your time. Have a good day.